Hello, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Lillian. So, Sherene Vishmaya. We have Harpo in the building with us, of course. We are finally back on track during the day. If you notice the last couple of videos, we were filming them kind of in the evening. We kept missing each other, and the vibe I felt like matched that, you know. So we're back in the sunlight. The sun is back. We're feeling good. We're feeling great. We've had a bunch of caffeine. We've had some tea, so we're good. So we're excited to talk to you about all the things that are happening as we are wrapping up this year. It's December. Next week is a full moon. We've got a full moon on Tuesday. Was that December 12th? 13th. December 13th, Tuesday, full moon. And there's just so much going on. So why don't I pass it over to Sherene so that she can get started, and then we'll do some translating, we'll talk about some self-care and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so the Gemini full moons are always like mental overload because Gemini rules the mind and our thinking. So we tend to be on overdrive with the thoughts at that time. So we need things that get us out of our mind because we're going to be in that monkey mind, like jumping from one distraction to the next. It really illuminates that. But luckily I don't know if it's luckily, but we try to see the bright side of it. During this full moon, we have this we always have the polarity of Sagittarius, which is the opposite sign of Gemini, which is more the big picture expansion versus all the like details and the mind stuff of Gemini. It's more like breaking out of the mind and having experience. That's Sagittarius. Right. So we're feeling like these two polarities at the full moon, but during this particular full moon, Saturn is in Sagittarius and it's opposite this full moon, so it's kind of like an anchor. Yeah. And I feel like what it's telling us is how are you going to anchor your vision? Like you could jump from one distraction to the next because we're always interested in a million things. There's a million sound bites. There's a million articles that we're trying to read at the same time. There's so much information flying at us, but we're going to be really craving this streamlining effect of, okay, but I don't want to lose sight of what my vision is, especially as the year is winding down. A lot of people are going to feel this pressure of like, oh my God, time is running out, and what am I doing in 2017, and what are my priorities, and how am I going to streamline this? So there's that real pressure and tension, but Saturn will really help you to anchor it by getting clear about your priorities. Yeah. Now, I wish it were that simple, but there's also this other energy coming in. So you could think of it like, so here we have got this tension between the Gemini-Sag part of our horoscope. So look to where you have those two energies in your horoscope. That's where you're going to feel like this kind of deep inner tension. But then we add in the Pisces element. So then here's the third mutable sign. Pisces, the very emotional sign, is also creating a tension because it's what's called a T-square. It literally creates a T shape. So Pisces, as we know, is all about our emotions and feeling overwhelmed. It's like the unconscious forces of like uncertainty and where are we going and the imagination working overtime. And this feeling of like it's literally overwhelmed. So my sense is we're going to feel a little bit overwhelmed at this full moon, and we're going to be wondering what's happening in 2017, like where are we going? And I want to work on my vision, but I don't even know. I'm kind of like in the middle of the ocean of not knowing where the world is going.
Yeah, I love that.
So I think that's how we're going to be experiencing that. And then what we call the missing leg of the T-square is the last mutable sign, which is Virgo. That's actually the key to working this T-square. The missing leg shows where you actually balance. It's kind of like you had a table, you know, when you have those like lopsided tables. And it's like
a napkin.
The napkin would be Virgo, like to like stabilize the table. We need Virgo energy.
Got it. Okay, so that's the missing link.
That's the missing link. So we need to do our Virgo area. So look to where Virgo is in your chart during this full moon and really focus in on that area so that you can get more grounded and you can stabilize this very intense energy. And collectively, like even if you don't know your chart, you can do Virgo by taking care of your intestines, quite literally, but also the systems in your life, your daily schedules, your daily routines, your wherever you need to get more organized with details.
Doing all the Virgo work.
The Virgo work, like the dishes, the laundry, self-care.
Cleaning up house,
staying on top of your routines, exactly. Like not letting those small things go, like the chop wood carry water side of spirituality has to go on. Like we can't be in the overwhelm where we're like, okay, but I don't want to get out of bed and do what I need to do today. Virgo will really help you.
I love that you're bringing that up too, because even in the last couple of weeks in my classes, I've been also encouraging my students, like, I know it's really easy to get into senioritis mode
Yes.
with the year coming to a
Yes.
close. Like, after Thanksgiving, we kind of just go, oh, holiday parties, whatever, I'll just eat another block of cheese, no big
Right.
deal. Like, but I feel like it's like, no, let's not get into that senioritis mode,
Yeah.
and let's still stay on our rituals. Let's still make sure that we're getting in our workouts. Let's still make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. So I love that we're talking about this even in this
Yeah.
context, because I
Yeah.
feel like that is really the call to action, is to still stay on top of your routines, like make sure that your schedule is on point, and like stay organized, even though it's really easy to probably get swept up in all the holiday parties and the gift buying and just
Yeah.
spending money and not really knowing where it's going, and just eating
Yeah,
whatever, and,
yeah.
and not sleeping enough or sleeping too much. Who even knows, right?
Right, that's the thing you don't want to do.
Right. So basically don't do that.
And the other thing which we have to mention is, now the full moon in Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, because Mercury is the ruler of Gemini.
Mhm.
And Mercury, by the way, is already in the retrograde shadow.
Yeah, dun, dun, dun.
So-
The fourth one.
So it's gonna,
Yeah.
we have that as our wonderful year finale, just in time.
Of course.
Just in time for your holiday shopping
Yeah.
pleasure. So make
Do
sure
it
you have
now.
a good return policy on
Yeah.
anything you buy, especially if it's electronics.
Right.
And yeah, so I think this full moon is going to illuminate the precursor. I mean, we're already in the shadow of the Mercury retrograde, but it's literally starting on the 18th.
Mm.
So it's 4 days after this. Is that right?
Yeah.
Five days after. Sorry. See
After the full
retrogrades.
moon.
Yeah, I'm already losing details. Mercury's retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. So we're going to be really rethinking a lot of our long-term goals. We're going to be rethinking a lot of our commitments right now. And we're going to be redoing a lot of things. So kind of schedule that in, like make space in your schedule for, especially at the end of the year, especially during this full moon, for, you know, give yourself extra time to get from A to B, because we can't control the delays in schedules, which are bound to happen. Make sure you have a clause to get out of something you're committing to. If you have to sign contracts, make sure you
Have a way out.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
might, if it's a really like long-term thing, because there's going to be probably details that you overlook or things that you want to change later on. So just know that, and especially in the Capricorn area of your chart.
Mhm. Got it.
So that's where you want to be extra mindful, you know, retrace your steps, and then, you know, Mercury retrogrades are always the time where we want to review, which is that actually perfect for the end of the year.
Right. Anyways, right.
Rest,
Year in
rejuvenate. So if you kind of put those two together, you know, we've got this really strong emphasis on slowing down, self-care, streamlining, getting organized, you know, taking care of your diet and how you digest everything in your life. Because that's really what Virgo is about, assimilation and getting rid of the toxic energy in your life.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so I think the retrograde can help with that. And the key is to stay out of your mind.
Right.
Because the mind is working overtime. And to get out of the mind, one of the best things is to get into the body,
Of course.
which is where you come in. So
Yes.
I think it would be
Yeah,
great
for
to
sure.
share some of your tips.
Yeah, like I always tell my students, like when in doubt, just get in your body first, like physical practice
Yeah.
first. Like especially if you're feeling like, as one of my clients says, like I have spaghetti brain today. Like
Yeah.
when you're feeling spaghetti brain, just like drop everything, just get in your body. First
Yeah.
things first, breath work, right? Obviously.
Yeah, that's so
like,
good for Gemini.
Just right away, like get into your breath so
Get you
that
out
you
of the head.
feel it drop into your gut, so that you're literally pulling it out of here and pulling it into your body,
Yes.
right? So let's start there. Then let's start to create more mindfulness around what you're actually putting into your
Yes.
body, right? Like
Yeah.
I thought about what you said in a previous Virgo video about like what is a nutrient, what is a toxin,
yeah.
right? So like really making sure that we're still eating clean and staying on
Mm-hmm.
top of our diets, like even as all this holiday madness and all the cookies start coming out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
it's really important to make sure that we're not overdoing it on the sugar and
Yeah.
overdoing it on the wine or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And that we're still eating clean and making sure that you're drinking all your herbal teas and keeping those systems, again, like you're plumbing your systems, you know, nice and clean,
Yes.
moving smoothly, all that good stuff. I guess that's not so much on the fitness side, but it is definitely on the wellness,
Smooth move
self-care.
tea.
Yeah, all your smooth move teas, right? And then again, like back into physical practice, right? For sure, just break a sweat. First things first. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't care how you do it, right? Like, just break a sweat. Just make your body purge, right?
Yeah.
And then, if you really want to get into more nitty gritty details, twists, right? Get
Spinal
into a
twist.
yoga class. Make sure that you're moving your body in rotation, because I just feel like we're so like here and up and down and here, and we just got to get in our bodies. Like we got to like wring it out. We got to
Yes.
rotate.
The spinal twists are very good for digestion, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So
okay.
very
For the
Virgo.
intestines, yeah.
I'm just like nowadays I just think of Virgo and twist, intestines and gut. Like bring it out, move it through.
Absolutely. And then for Gemini, I would recommend doing something. What do you like to do with that for the arms or the hands?
For the arms and hands, oh yeah, I'm a big self-massage person, so I'm all about, like, you know, I have a lot of clients who are obviously at the computer all day.
Yeah.
So first things first, we just get in their forearms, just basic stretching, here,
Yeah.
you know, turn your hands out, do a couple stretches this way, that's kind of like funky, but it works, you know,
That's good.
all that stuff. You can turn your hands down on the mat and then, you know, scrunch your fingers this way too. So really get those hands going, like get some
Pet a dog.
get some oils and lotions, and just give
Yeah.
yourself some love, and then just check in, you know, just check in, get in between your fingers, and just check in, get a manicure, just ask the ladies if they can give you 10 more minutes.
That's a really good thing during the Gemini full moon. Get extended hand massage.
Yeah, when you're getting your manicures, which I need one.
Yes,
right about
and
now,
I feel like
so.
lavender oil is really good for Virgo.
Yeah, is it really?
Essential oil.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
just very calming.
Yeah,
for
it
the
is very
mind.
calming. I was also thinking just even in terms of like keeping the system clear with essential
Yeah.
oils, like
Oh, yeah,
lemon,
yeah.
eucalyptus, just stuff that's like really good for
Lemon
just keeping the systems clear. Like those are very antibacterial, you know.
Hot
so
water with lemon first thing in the morning is also awesome.
I do that every morning.
I love
yeah,
that.
I do a dash of cayenne pepper too, though.
Ooh, yeah. Well, if you
I
can
am
handle
Korean
spice,
after all, yeah.
no, that's really cleansing too. That's like the master cleanse a little bit.
Yeah.
The hot version.
Yeah, and bone broth is actually supposed to be really good for your gut too.
For gut, yeah, that's
bone
true.
broth is-
Intestines, yeah.
So I feel like it's really about what you're putting into your body, and then also what you can purge out. Right?
So we're giving you the magic formula for this full moon. The Virgo energy is the key. Even though you won't hear a lot of astrologers talking about that, actually Virgo really is, because it's the missing leg of this T-square on the full moon.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you do the work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for filling us in. Happy full moon. Good luck. Holler at us. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and all your links and all that stuff is down below. And we'll see you soon.